What's up, y'all? How we doing? It's another day for your boy. Um, an interesting day, perhaps not horrible. Still in the isolation arc, um, which has been interesting, I suppose. I don't know. It's been peaceful. I'll give it that. Uh, just working a lot and stuff. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about um, there are some things in life like you can't achieve. It's very interesting. When I work out a lot now. I generally start my workout with a 3.5 mile run, and then I come home and I do some other kind of usually like 100 diamonds, and then I start doing like yoga and stuff as well. It's a whole process, I guess. I'm in pretty good shape, and one of the things I do when I run, it's a good way to, I suppose, express my emotions. So when some people have, I guess, shower thoughts, showers are not very comfortable for me. I usually take cold showers. So I'm trying to make them end as fast as possible. But I often think a lot while I'm running, because I like to take my mind off the fact that I'm running because running sucks. And I like to think of other things. And usually I can visualize. So uh I wouldn't say I'm like schizophrenic, but I do see and hear things that are not there. Um just some kind of hallucinations. Generally the later it is, the worse it gets. Which is why I try to go to bed at a reasonable time. Because if it's like 4 a.m. or something and I'm outside, I'm not doing very well. Um, but usually I like to imagine situations where I can reconnect with people that I lost out on, or people that perhaps I missed having in my life. Or sometimes like I imagine they're in front of me and it's like a ghost, and if I just run a little harder I can catch them. Um I run pretty fast. I do in fact I do I'm a pretty quick runner because of that. That is really depressing, honestly, saying it out loud. Anyway, point is, there's a lot of shit in this life that you can't achieve by like working harder. Um, no matter how hard you run, no matter how hard you push in, there's certain things you can never run away from, and there's certain things you'll just never get. Um, and that's just life, to some extent. Like we have a blank slate in terms of some things we can achieve, but certain things can't. Like for example, like if you get with somebody, like you can never meet somebody again for the first time. If you find yourself in the wrong situation to meet up with somebody, perhaps you're too weak, too young, too inexperienced, too poor. There's plenty of things that you can miss out on, and you can never ever link up with the eyes of somebody who's never seen. That's it. You know, you just can't. It is odd to think of. I'm a very, very, very stress-free person. I'm medically stress-free. I suppose there are things that I think about that don't bring me joy, but I don't stress on them. When I do stress about things, it's actually quite crazy. It takes a lot to stress me out. Um, but I don't stress on things I can't control. And I think it is important to note that there's a lot of things that you can't control. There's a lot of things you just can't work for, especially when it comes to other people. There are many people that they're just not going to like you, or maybe you won't like them. And in the future, you would have liked them, or in the past, they would have liked you, or in the future, they would have liked you, but they will, right? But these are all things that sometimes just can't happen in like any capacity, right? When you sit down and you stare at the wall and you think of all the situations you've been through, there's certain things you'll just never get, and that has to be okay. It's really not. There's no other way to look at it. I guess there is another way to look at it, but you'll just drive yourself insane. Um, I have been writing a lot lately. A lot. I've also been very busy at work, so my the time that I have had has been greatly cut up into the different things that I do. And I've been writing a lot about, I suppose, the part of me that runs harder. Um, there's a part of me that just wants to keep going. There's a part of me that that works out, that works, that strives to better myself every day. Um, I'm beautiful, I guess. It's I don't know how to say that without sounding like an arrogant dickhead. But I'm good looking, and genetically, I mean, I guess there's some of it there. You guys can't see what I looked like before, maybe like a year and a half ago. It wasn't very good. It wasn't great. Uh, I would get comments on my weight and stuff all the time, and so I worked really hard to be attractive. I knew I could make it. I knew it was one of those things where I just did enough. I could look better. Look the way, I wouldn't say necessarily the way I wanted, but I could look good enough to satisfy me or to satisfy the people around me. Um, I don't know. I do kind of. There's like a part of me that like screams for like help. There's a part of me that screams for companionship. A part of me that won't ever let me stop moving forward. Um, I don't know why that part of me exists. Um, and he doesn't show himself a lot. He's buried pretty deep in there. On the outside, you just have whatever I've got going on now. Sociopathic, narcissistic type of tendencies coming out. But part of me is in there and just desperate, weak, and humble, and in a corner, kind of crying in the corner of my mind. But he's strong, because I couldn't stop doing things if I wanted to. Very often I wanted to stop, right? Like I can't ever stop working out. I can't ever, like, you guys look at my earlier videos, especially the first video I posted, and like I'm sitting there despondent because I cannot figure it out. I have no idea, no earthly clue why I still do things. And writing has helped me a lot because in my writing sometimes I am less of me. It's almost like a discovery process. Like some of my work is just me writing to myself, thinking, almost thinking out loud, but having like a transcript of it. It's quite interesting. I don't know if I'm ever going to publish some of these. I don't know if I'm ever going to publish like some of my other works. Certainly, now that I have access to a publisher, I wonder if I'll share them on this channel. Probably, right? I mean, this seems like the channel where I could share published works. Probably not my main. Definitely not my main channel, actually. I don't know. The main channel, they've been better lately, but Jesus Christ, you guys suck. My God, they're so bad. I wish they were less bad. They embarrass me so much. But yeah, through a lot of talking to myself, I have like two parts of me. I have a part of me that is more like ruthless and hedonistic, we'll say. Like a part of me that is just willing to do anything it needs to do in order to get to the next day, in order to open my eyes the next morning. Um, there's a part of me that is willing to do that. That part of me probably came around like after 2015, and I think that part of me is like it was to survive, right? Like if I didn't have everything I could get in every way I could get it, because the original me, died of typhoid. Really, he was laying on that bed, looking at the ceiling, 30 pounds lighter, and yeah, he passed. He was not in a good spot. Um, Whatever I got going on now is some combination of the hedonistic dude and whatever was left of me after that, which was not much. Um, and then there's this other part of me that just wants to fight, which is crazy. I'm not a fighter. It's not a very interesting part of me necessarily. It's just like so weak and decrepit, but it powers my whole ass body to like do things. Um, I guess that's it. What a weird video. I guess nobody watches these, so it's okay. But to think that a part of me that seeks to improve and survive is this surprising to me, that I had to dig so deep. You know, I mean, I've made literally thousands of pages of like poems and shit over the last year and month, year and 2 months perhaps, like over 1,000. And it is only up until like this last week that I'm starting to put together why I can do that, for better or for worse. I mean, it's not even that. I mean, I don't want it, but I guess it's part of me, right? It's not like I have like a bunch of split personalities. I don't think so, anyway. I haven't gone to therapy. I probably should. I have some shit wrong with me, but I don't want to fix it. Ah, easy peasy. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, boys and girls, ladies and gents. I'll also record another video, one less rambly, maybe one with a point. Bye, guys.